Hey there, it's me Grace, and today I wanted to bring you a tutorial on, I don't know really what you call it. It's just going to be like a scarf head covering. I had this that I've made. I was thinking of, I don't know, it just kind of came to me this morning. I was wanting something that I could wear on my head, but I didn't really have any headbands or anything like that, so I took this. It was a square that I made, and I thought, you know, that's probably a good size. So this is, I think, a 10 by 10 or so square, and when I folded it in half, it seemed like the perfect size. So as I drape it over Judy's head, she's going to help me out today. I see that it's about right. It's about like I want it to be. So don't let Judy scare you. My children decided that she needed makeup and not just a plain white styrofoam face. So we used some Sharpie markers and gave her some makeup. So hopefully she's not too scary. But I thought it was a pretty good size. You could of course make it a little bit bigger back here, but I'm going to try to show you how to make this and how to attach it in the back. We may or may not use a hair tie to help us out. So let's get started. The first thing, of course, that I want to do is measure. So of course I have this folded in half in a triangular fashion. I'm going to just measure corner to corner. I've got 13 inches. You could go 12. Yeah, I think we'll do 12 inches. So what I'm going to do then is choose my yarn. Today I am using Lion Brand Yarns Heartland. It's 100% acrylic and it's made in the USA. It is a medium weight yarn, and let's see, it's color number 105, Glacier Bay. So this is the yarn that I'm using. I'm going to use an I crochet hook. It recommends J. I don't have a J. I have an I, so that's what I'm going to use. Let me find the end of it, and then we'll be good to go. Okay. So right here I've got a tied on piece. I'm just going to cut that off because I don't want to use that. Of course you're going to need scissors and a yarn needle, a crochet hook, some yarn, maybe a hair tie. You'll need a tape measure of some sort. So we're going to start with a slip knot. Leave a generous tail. And we're going to chain 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and see how far we've gotten. So at 25, I'm up to 7 inches. So let's keep going. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and let's measure. Okay, at 35 I have 10 inches. Let's keep going. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. At 45 I have 13 inches. I actually want to do 12. So let's backtrack. Let's take out 5. 3, 4, 5. And we're just shy of 12 inches. So that's okay. 12 inches, let's see. And I have about 40 chains. Let's go to 42 just for kicks. Okay, so 42 chains. Excuse me. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to work a single crochet into each chain across. So of course you don't work into the loop that's on the hook, you go into the next one. So we're going to work a single crochet all the way back across the chain. So you just go in, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. I'm just going to assume that you have crocheted before. If you're an absolute beginner, there are many, many wonderful tutorials on single crochet, and you can learn all the stitches, and then totally this would be easy enough for any beginner, but I'm not going to take the time today to explain in minute detail everything. And this will work with any acrylic yarn. You could do this project with a cotton yarn. The only thing is the cotton yarn doesn't have any stretch. So once it's stretched out, it's just stretched out. It won't snap back like the acrylic yarn will. So acrylics are better for this type of project. Okay, so just keep on working your single crochets all the way to the end, and then I will see you again. I've made it all the way to the end, and you should have also. Of course, you crochet into the very last chain, and now it's time to turn. So I'm just going to turn my work. On this row, we're going to go in one, so that you're skipping excuse me, right here where you would normally go back in this very first chain. And we're not going to do that. We're going to skip this one, go into the second, and single crochet. And all the way across, of course, you will single crochet all the way across. When you get near the end, about 5 chains from the end, I'll show you what to do next. I'm now 5 from the end, so I'm going to keep crocheting, just a single crochet up to the second from the end. Okay, so in the next one I'm going to single crochet, and then in this last one I'm just going to slip stitch. So just pull it through and through. Turn. And just like we did on the last one, we're going to skip the first and work into the second with a single crochet. And work all the way across till we get to the end. When you get to the last 2, I'll meet you back here. Okay, I'm down to my last 2, so of course I'm going to take a single crochet here and slip stitch in the last one. Turn, and I'm gonna repeat that for every single row. I'm going to skip the first one and work into the second, and when I get to the last two, I will work a single crochet and then slip stitch and then turn and do it all over again. So just repeating these steps until you get a decent triangle. So right now it's looking good. It's measuring up pretty closely to what I began with. If you find that it's not tapering the way you want it to, you might have to go in two. So far, it looks good. So I'm going to keep on going, and you can keep on going, and I'll meet you back here towards the end. Okay, well, I've gotten to the end of mine. So I have, right now, I'm on my very last stitch. What I didn't say earlier, and probably should have, is that if you're accustomed to chaining one when you turn, you can certainly do that. You don't have to. It just really depends on what you'd rather do. Okay, so I'm going to chain one here, slip stitch right here, and I'm going to end off. So just chain one, clip your yarn, pull it through, and give it a little tug. So there's my piece. It might not be, like, if you fold it over, it might not be exact. That's okay, as long as it's close. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to work a little border. And I think what I'm going to do is, because this end is good, I'm really just going to work a simple border around this end here. I'm going to start, where do I want to start? Just pick a side to be your right side because they look relatively the same. One side might be a little bumpier, and that's probably your wrong side. But just choose a side, and you're going to start, insert your hook right here at the top. Start your yarn. Okay, and whoops. You're going to, or I'm going to, you can add any border that you want. I'm just going to add a simple single crochet border. So I'm going to go into the next stitch, and you really just have to kind of gauge down the side where to place your hook, because it might not, on some projects that's not very evident. And you're just going to work one single crochet into each stitch down the side, or as far as you can tell where the stitches are. So work evenly down the side, and when you get to the point, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, I'm to the end, so the point. So in this very end, I'm going to single crochet chain 1, and single crochet into the same stitch, and then I'm just going to turn and work back up this side, 1 single crochet in each stitch across. Okay, I've arrived at the end, so this is my last single crochet. I'm not going to end off right now because what I want to do is make this almost like a headband, but a head scarf. So what I'm going to do, and doesn't that look so much nicer than what we had, what I'm going to do, excuse me, with Judy's help, is I'm going to simply kind of measure, because what I want it to do is I want it to wrap around like this and meet at the back. So I'm just going to simply chain. And I'll keep using Judy to help me measure. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. And now let's measure again. Okay, so this is 10. Whoops. I want it to be about, well, I keep having to zoom out and stuff. Okay, so I've chained 10. Let's turn her around a little bit, and I'm trying to do this one-handed, so I think 10 is too many. Let's go, let's do 8. So I'm going to take out 2 chains. So 8 chains. Now I'm going to hook it to my hairband. So I just simply insert like that and yarn over and pull it through. So just securing it in with a chain. Next thing I'm going to do is end off. So chain 1, clip a tail, pull it through like so. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is the same thing on the opposite end. So right here in the corner, and this is the corner that we did, this is the opposite corner. I'm going to insert my hook, join on the yarn like that, and now I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and bring it around like this. Try not to twist my chain on the other side, and I am going to join to the hairband in the same way. I put it through, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, and pull through to end off, clip a tail, and pull it through. So now it should look like this. So it's all one piece now. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is try it on. I think that looks pretty good. It's a little looser than I would like, but her head really is smaller than mine, so I'm going to try it on me. Okay, here's what I got, and I like the whole, I like it, like the size of it. but it's too loose back here. So what I'm gonna do, I really wanted it tighter. So what I think I'm gonna do is take the hairband off completely. So I'm just gonna undo this right here and take it off. And because acrylic's a little bit stretchy, I'm gonna take out 2 stitches here and 2 on the opposite side. So I have 6 stitches, or 6 chains here and 6 chains here. So I'm gonna switch back around and show you what I'm gonna do with it. So I think what I'm gonna do is just put it through the one, go into the other, and then yarn over and pull through, pull through both. And I'm going to cinch this one up because it got kind of loose. Alright, so I'm going to end off by yarning over both tails and pulling through the one loop. But I want to try it on one more time before I complete my project, before I weave in ends or decide what to do with these tails that I just made. So let me try it on one more time. Okay, I think that's good because it's tight, but it's not too tight. And now I'm going to finish it off. I'm going to weave in the ends, and I'll spare you the details on that because obviously you probably know how to weave in the tails. But I do want to show you how I'm going to finish off these tails that I made, and I'll just do that really quickly right here. So to make sure, because remember we really only truly ended off the one, I'm going to just tie a simple overhand knot here. So just tie it. Okay. And then I'm going to weave in all the ends and my project will be complete. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope that this is something that you really liked. I hope that it works out for you. My head is a little on the small side. I don't really have a circumference measurement for you or anything, but I just know that it's relatively small. My husband used to tease me about how small my head looked when I was driving the vehicle. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. You could certainly add tassel around the outside just for fun. You could, there are so many things you could do. You could do a shell stitch border, you could do a picot stitch, just have fun with it. It was really kind of an experiment for me, and I wanted to do another tutorial video, and so they just kind of both came together at just the right time. So I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, have a happy day. Bye.